My name is sometimes Heather, and I play Elder Scrolls Online. That was all the daily presents I get. I'm playing with Dorothéa Rose, my level 40 Dragonknight. I've recently turned Dorothéa into a vampire, and we'll just see how that goes. So last time we did the vampirism quest and arrived to Coldharbour in search of our soul. Let's continue. I am headed for the lightless oubliette to find someone who I need to eat. I have a stolen item. Oh, I still haven't learned how to cook, and I don't have anything else but this. Oh well. Could be worse. Don't have any stamp-ups because that food like toads and complete stinks, but we're just going to have to deal with that. As we try to make our way to the lightless oubliette, we find an abandoned pack with a story quest marker on it. Let's examine it. This pack was apparently left behind when this camp was abandoned. The pack contains some dried meat, a few pieces of fruit, and a handful of root vegetables. It also contains a signet that identifies it as having belonged to a member of the Pizza's Guild. So we need to get the Pizza's Guild members to fight with us by our side in the coming battle. So we need to do the quest. Find the Pizza's Guild members. This is the easy part. Just follow the quest marker.
These swords, they must be a
Then we'll
clue.
find
Now where did those fools run off to?
a friend. And swords that seem to be pointing in a specific direction. We shall take it as a hint. How do I drive this car? Okay, spam balls under B and X. All coming back to me. I've been playing with my werewolf this week, which you might have seen. And therefore I have forgotten how to characters. Which one I think first? I know I have a problem. Am I, by the way, on an experience call? If not, we should remedy that. Character says no buffs. I'll just use a normal one. As usual, we are drinking coffee. Yeah. Sorry about the noise. Moving on.
These poor creatures, just slaughtered. Nothing ever changes.
Oh, now we get to talk with Branja.
By Ifra's hairy feet. You outsiders just keep showing up.
I'm looking for my allies.
You and everyone else in this forest, it seems. My clan has already declared your allies to be trespassers.
Oh dear.
You don't want to know what we do to trespassers.
Oh dear.
The Shadow Walkers will catch them. They always do.
So they're trying to kill them?
Does a fuzzy newt goat have 7 toes? Don't look at me like that. It's a perfectly appropriate analogy. Anyway, I hope I reach them before the hunters do. Otherwise, your allies don't stand a chance.
Why do you want to find them?
Because I'm tired of seeing people get hurt. Ugh. Things need to change around here. We've already spent way too much time talking about fuzzy newt goats. I really need to get moving.
How are you going to find them?
Have you noticed the swords left near these campfires? I think your companions are trying to tell us something. I'm going to keep looking for them. If I can reach them before the hunters, they might just get out of this forest alive. Keep your eyes open and your weapon ready. The shadows here are not your friends.
So, just as we figured, following the blades will get us to our friends. Oh, I drew up my bow. I hope it's a good enough ability to base an entire build upon. Vampire increased to 3. Let's see if we can get anything. Eviscerate is a fun skill, but I rarely use it. Oh, Blood Frenzy. I haven't learned how to use that, so I'm not going to try this time. The stats look good. Increased weapon and spell damage is always welcome, but it's an ability you need to channel, and my caffeination level isn't enough for learning how to channel. That ability actually seems very intimidating to me, so I've always kind of ignored it when building my vampires. Doing the same this time. Another quest marker.
More outsiders.
And more enemies.
Show them the penalty for entering the moonless walk.
Shadow walkers. This time, I suspect this means we're close to our destination. We're here-ish, but there's no. Oh, I thought we completed it already, but we didn't. How embarrassing. Is this another blade, or?
You need to be alive.
Seems.
You have to be. I need you to help me. I didn't do it. I swear. He was like this when I found him. This poor soldier. He didn't have to die. At least the Khajiit got away. How long can he manage to survive, though? I don't know. My clan can be very persistent.
Why is your clan hunting these
Because
soldiers?
we made a stupid deal long time ago. We became the guardians of this forest in exchange for power and immortality. But look at the cost. Now the Shadow Walkers hunt anyone who dare sets foot in these woods.
I need to help the Khajiit.
There might still be a way to save the other soldier, the Khajiit. But you need to trust me. I won't oppose my clan directly. They're my family. But I can help you find your friend. I just want to make sure no one else gets hurt.
What do you want me to do?
The Shadow Walkers use runners to search the forest, but you'll never see them. They become one with the shadows, all but invisible when the clan is on high alert. There is a way to see the runners, though.
How can I see these invisible runners?
You need to collect the bark of a Spriggan. The bark's magic allows the creatures to... how should I put this? Feel their way through the dark woods. Infuse the bark with the wisps of light, and you should be able to spot the runners.
Okay, we need Spriggan bark in order to see the invisible. This part of Coldharbour is very annoying. Spotting the runners is just not easy.
Did you get the bark? We don't have much time left.
Here is the Spriggan bark.
Just scrape a bit off the top end. There. An old trick I learned living so long in this dreadful place. My friends thought it was funny to hide from me, so I'd use this to see them. It also has an interesting side effect.
Side effect.
While it allows you to see anyone hiding in the Shadow Realm, it also masks your presence from them. I've used this method to avoid patrols and sneak out of the forest. It really works. But remember, the effect is temporary. It doesn't last long.
So how does this work?
Touch the bark to a wisp of light, and then cross the bridge. The runners are searching for the remaining
This is the
soldier.
important part.
When you spot a runner, follow him. He should lead you right to your friend. And if the effect runs out, just touch another wisp. Don't forget
Okay.
to touch one of the wisps.
Okay. Touch a wisp. Touch. Cross the bridge, I suppose. We're referring to this bridge. Are we? No, that bridge. Failed already. So not the small bridge, but the big bridge. Oh, enemies. Enemies, enemies. Touch. Wisp. Would be nice to actually see a run. Are we supposed to pick it up from someplace? I've done this many times, but the same thing every time. Where is the runner? Hello, runner. Come here, please. I'm looking for you.
Don't forget to touch one of the wisps. That's
Okay.
what...
I have touched a wisp. Let's touch it. Touch. Oh, a shadow runner. Where is one? Oh, there. I'm just going to ignore the enemy. Touch. Oh. Couldn't ignore the enemies. But yes, it's a good idea to touch every wisp that comes your way. Big spider. I'm afraid of spiders. Sometimes people claim that spiders in video games aren't as bad as they are in real life, but I disagree. They're just as bad. No mushroom. No time to pick it up, though.
There has to be something out there. Where in Ifri's
Oh.
name is that sound coming from?
The good thing about the runners, I was going to say shadow walkers, yes, anyway. The good thing about these guys is that if you do need to engage yourself in battle, they'll wait.
Why are the creatures acting so strangely today?
Oh, it would be like very, very nice if the light effect thingy had a timer, so that I could see when I need to. That failed. Touch another light. Oh, I think we need to collect another runner from the same location. This is just a little bit horrible. Oh, someone's happy. Thank you, I was getting frustrated. The most horrifying thing when streaming is the moment when you realize that you really have to sneeze. Sneezing makes a huge noise, and oh, seriously again. Huge noise, and it's quite impossible to stop a sneeze, probably. I got lucky there. Now let's see if we can manage to follow the shadow runner all the way to the other side. Wisp, touch.
What's all that noise out there?
Try to avoid enemies. Convenient light. Touch.
I could have sworn
again.
I heard something.
I know exactly where I'm supposed to go. But, since I need to struggle with this,
There has to be something out there.
it's just a
Where in
little bit
Ifri's
too
name
much.
is that sound coming from?
The first ever time I did this, it took me like 2 days to figure out how to get to the other side. It wasn't like that.
Why are the creatures acting so strangely today?
Light, touch. Now we can continue. Oh no, you're not waiting. Ugh. We're really close. Almost there, almost there. Yay!
I could have sworn I heard something.
Talk to Sergeant Cole.
I will help the Khajiit elf. I know the best way into the tower.
Don't be ridiculous.
This one does not understand the game the little elf and the snake thing are playing. But we have something important to do. We need to get into this tower. The key to our victory. It's in there. I know this to be true.
Tell me what you're talking about.
We heard voices in the woods. We thought it was other members of our expedition calling to us for help. But Captain Alfari figured it out. The voice comes from this tower. Whoever is locked in there needs our help. And he will help us in return.
What do you know about the Lamia?
The wood elves started hunting us almost as soon as we stepped into this dread forest. They killed Captain Alfari in cold blood. I barely escaped. The snake thing found this one, lost and injured, and led me safely through the woods.
And why are the Lamia and Perennial arguing?
This one isn't sure. The little elf appeared out of nowhere. But at least she didn't try to kill Kabul like the other elves did. They both claim to know how to get inside the tower, but Kamu doesn't trust either one of them.
It's about the city to the east. It's safe there. I'll investigate the
A
tower.
safe haven in this place. Kamu looks forward to seeing such a thing. Let me rest for a moment before I head out. I wish I could go with you, but until my injuries heal, I would only slow you down. Good luck, my friend.
I don't think we need a wall break. Now, I usually side with the Lamia. Just because they seem
We shall help you enter
nicer.
the tower. But first, you must help us against these foul wood elves. Do not listen to their lies. They murder our children for no reason. Please, you must help me save the little ones.
The Wood Elves are killing your children?
We never asked to be dragged into Coldharbour. We never made a deal with the Daedric Prince. But ever since we got here, the Wood Elves raid our nests and slaughter our children. This cycle of murder needs to end.
Why do you need me?
You are a hero. You stride through Coldharbour with
You're a hero?
confidence, and
Goodness.
not even the Wood Elves can touch you. You can win this battle for us, and we will be in your debt. We will show you how to enter the tower, even help you in your mission.
Very well.
You will? We have waited such a long time for someone to aid us in our struggle. You have made me very happy, outsider. Now we can get our children back. Now we can have our revenge. The vile and ruthless wood elves smash our eggs just because they feel threatened by our numbers. They even hold some
Seems
in
very
their
unfair.
dwellings, using them as hostages against us. This is not a way to live. We must get our eggs back.
No.
The violent, they keep our eggs in their camps, holding them to keep us docile. They force us to stay near our own nests, hunting us down if we wander too far. We want our children back. We need our eggs.
If I rescue your eggs, you'll show me how to get into the
The
tower?
tower. Yes, the tower. We will help you with that, and so much more. but all of our eggs must be returned.
I will recover your
They
eggs.
hide our eggs in their filthy camps. You must enter their homes to rescue our children.
First I need more coal.
But be very careful. Such an intrusion will result in great pain and death if they catch you.
Wait, outsider. A moment more of your time.
Daniel needs to speak with us before we
I
go.
get it. My people killed one of your own. They aren't evil, though. You have to understand. We signed a pact to protect this forest. The Shadow Walkers believe that if they fail to honor that agreement, we're all doomed.
They tried to kill me too.
Well, yes. I can't argue with that. I understand why you'd want to side with these creatures. I also know you need to get their eggs back. But my people don't need to die while you do it. Recover the eggs, but don't hurt my people.
You're asking for a lot.
I'm not asking for anything you can't do. And I'll go with you when you're done, to help. Have been planning to leave anyway, so now's as good a time as any. You can use me, just don't kill any Shadow Walkers. Please.
And how do I get into a camp full of wood elves without killing any of them?
The Shadow Walkers watch the forest, but they're too confident. They leave our camps practically undefended. You could sneak in, get the eggs, and get out. You can do it. I know you can. Please, just consider what I'm asking.
So, siding with the Rainier actually gets you more allies. You can get help from both the Rainier and the Wood Elves. Let's try to avoid killing Wood Elves right after a reveal. I have returned. Collect the stolen Rainier eggs. Sneaking into the camp isn't all that difficult. Getting the eggs without anybody seeing is the tricky part. I tried this every time, but haven't yet succeeded. I'm not a very patient person, and sneaking around you do need patience. Why so many enemies here? Why so many spiders? We should get that way shrine opened. I think I'll get it on the way back. We're here. One down, 3 to go. Oh, somebody saw me. Ah! Shoot. Wow. Guess we have no choice. Well, at least this makes our mission a little bit easier. Also, more experience is more experience. One more.
Aid me!
Was to look back to last time to try to remember if I have reallocated my champion points. Okay. Reading books, finding all books, helps you advance in the Mage skill line. It's the only way, besides completing the main quest for Mage skill, to advance in said skill line. So we got all the eggs, and now we need to talk to the leading Rainier. Always the furthest away calls, that is.
You recovered our eggs. How wonderful. My people will be most grateful to you for this.
I fulfilled my part of our bargain. Now it's your turn.
I must return these eggs to our nest, but there is one more thing you must do before my people will feel truly safe. Please, may I tell you about this final task?
Tell me what else you want me
A
to do.
council of elders leads the wood elves. They live upon a large rock that floats above us. Queen Fajik's eggs were taken and hidden up there. You will need a key to open the portal and gain access to the floating rock.
Where do I get this
The
key?
key is divided into 2 shards, each protected by a Shadow Walker Guardian. As soon as you acquire the 2 shards, go to the camp in the center of the forest. My people will meet you there.
Okay, can do. The shots are... oh. Both in the same place. Convenient. But they are good at the two shadow walkers. Mages first. Stop hitting. Stay equal. There we go. Shard of darkness and shard of light. And then we shall return to the central camp to meet the ladies. On the way, let's crack open that way shrine. Oh, the water looks so cold. I don't think I'm using this ability correctly. I should probably look into it. Later. Touch. We can't touch them anymore now that we have completed that part of the quest.
You are the outsider who has done so much for my people. I am grateful. Perhaps when this is over, my people can live without fear or worry.
I was promised your aid if I helped
Once
you.
the tyranny of the Shadow Walkers has ended, you will have the help you need. But first, we must recover my children from the Council. Did you acquire the portal shards from the Guardians?
I have the shards.
Good. Direct the shard key toward the portal at the center of the arches. The Lamias will do the rest.
That sounds simple enough. Oops, shard of darkness and light.
Our time is now, my children. Swarm forth and reclaim
can
what is ours.
Use the portal to
Finally,
enter this
our
place to
children
talk to
are avenged.
Queen Bashik.
The Wood Elves have fallen. My eggs shall be returned to my nest, and my people shall be safe. The Shadow Walkers shall be lost without their leaders. The day is ours.
Killed the
What would
elders.
you have us do? The Wood Elves slaughtered my people. They would not listen to reason. The only chance we had
These people never
was to
heard of
remove their
diplomacy.
leaders. Now, we shall watch the Shadow Walkers crumble.
Will you show me how to enter the tower?
You have helped us. Now we shall help you. I instructed Zignif to head to the ruined passage that leads to the tower. You shall find her there. Know that the Lamias are in your debt. Call upon us if you ever need our strength and cunning.
Sure, do just that. Portal to the Mars. Now we get to go to the way shrine I just unlocked. Making a huge detour. Oh well.
My people rejoice. Most consider us monsters, but you helped us. We will never forget your generosity and compassion. My egg sisters will live, and life, even in this wretched place, is precious. Thank you.
I did what I needed to do.
As I promised, this door leads to the tower. I do not know what the tower holds, but we have heard the cries for help from within. Be careful in there, outsider. This is Coldharbour. Even the most mundane things can hide terrible dangers.
And what will you do
The
now?
Khajiit told me of a city of safety to the east. I will take some of my people, for we would very much like to see this city. We will be there if you have need of us, my friend.
Okay, now we can enter a ruined passage to reach the lightless oubliette. In order to rescue whoever is held captive here, we need to help both the Mages Guild and the Pirates Guild. Here we find a testing of Ingenar.
You made it this far, just as I had predicted. I am glad to see that my calculations were not in error. Now, if you are ready, we have a prison to break out of.
Okie doke, and can do. Oh, first we need to collect a light of meridian. An ancient branch. Kinda creepy, actually.
Excellent. Bring the crystal with you.
Now
You
we
need
get
it
to
free
talk
me
to
from my bonds.
King Dinar.
I have waited for centuries. And waited and waited. Do you know how boring that can be? But now, you are here. Just as Meridia foretold.
Meridian knew I was coming.
The Radiant One knows many things. She knew that one day the city she plunged into Coldharbour would serve her purpose. At first, she thought I would fulfill that prophecy. But I failed. And now, I need your help.
Where are you projecting this image from?
Have no fear. I am as alive as you are. Molag Bal has preserved me so that I can endure his endless tortures. His cruelty knows no bounds. I can't slip free of this lightless oubliette, but I have managed to send my projection to meet you.
How do I set you free?
I knew you were the one I was waiting for.
Can't
Whatever your purpose here, I can help you. Especially if it has anything to do with ruining Molag Bal's day. I have heard many secrets during my time here, and I shall share them with you. You made it this far, just as I had predicted. I am glad to see that my calculations were not in error. Now, if you are ready, we have a prison to break out of.
How did you wind up in here?
I was captured shortly after Meridia pushed her city into this dread realm. This prison relies on darkness. Early on, I almost broke free. Now Molag Bal shapes the darkness itself to bind me, suppressing my attempts to escape.
So what should I do?
Molag Bal has trapped me within a pillar of darkness, infused with his own vile energy, and powered by the light of Meridia. That, however, will be his undoing. The light of Meridia can also banish this darkness, but you have to bring it to me.
On my
To
way.
reach me, you must first unlock the prison door.
That's enough. I do love it that ESO, like all Elder Scrolls games, is full of lore, but enough is enough. So, now we need to
Enter the frozen alcove and collect
Get
the flame shadow
3
crystal. Then
crystals.
place it on the central...
This involves navigating through darkness. During this fun expedition, we get to use the light of Meridian in order to see where we're going. I don't usually criticize games, but in this part, the light is a little bit intrusive. It actually gives me a little bit of a headache. So I'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. She said, playing very, very slow. There's the first crystal. As we take it, scenery changes. We now find ourselves in a chamber filled with lava. Instead of frost patches, we get rainbows. Did something shoot me? Yes. The prince actually reminded me. You should really get racial passives as soon as you can. They prove quite helpful as you play on. The essence of darkness enemies can feel it of very beautiful when they attack you. Deactivate the light and once you're out of combat. Oops. Do I need to stand in by the enemies? Here we go. Place the crystal and head for the next one. Confused. We can't enter through the door ahead. Need to take a detour.
Enter the library and collect the Mind Shadow Crystal. Then place it on the central dais at the entrance.
Someone just entered this area ahead of us, so I'm hoping they killed all the enemies. Isn't this just nice? Or I think we would pick up the next crystal and watch the scenery change. We can use the door now. And also the shrivened, these guys. Aren't going to attack us. Why is navigating so flipping difficult?
My grief is without end.
Here we go. Oh, an ambulance. Plains Mind Shadow Crystal. Only one more crystal left to collect. Another detour.
Enter the garden and collect the Life Shadow Crystal. Then place it on the central dais at the entrance.
Oh, somebody's doing their renovations too. They took a short cut. Jealous. The lost crystal. This place actually turned quite pretty. As we exit, we can take the door. Now as we place the last crystal, we can enter King Denard's prison.
Friend. Now, enter the oubliette and set me free.
Lightless cell.
You have done well to make it this far. But there is still more to do to set me free.
Now, let's start by
My
activating
body is
North
imprisoned within a
Cemetery.
pillar of darkness, generated by the ebon shards to each side.
What we need to do is direct the light shining from these, reflecting through these prisms into receivers here. We shall do that by rotating the prisms.
By rotating the crystals, you can change a beam's direction.
These things.
You may need to rotate a crystal multiple times to connect the beams and form a path of light to the ebon shards. Adjust the crystals until the beams of light destroy the ebon shards. Then the pillar of darkness will collapse.
These
and
things
I
are
shall be free.
very slow. There's like no instant gratification with this quest. And as they are so slow, it's pretty impossible to tell whether you have turned them in. There we go. Patient you must be, Padawan. Do we need to eat again? It's only for an hour. Here we go. We have failed. Now I need to turn this button. Oh, we did one! Yay! Now to the other side. Ew, recipe for fried green tomatoes. Sounds delicious, actually. Nice light of Meridia. Am I doing this right? I think so. We need to go in the other direction. So yay! That took a long time. Hello,
Freedom
Kindina.
at long last. My calculations suggested that you had a slightly better chance to fail rather than to succeed. I suspect, though, that you often beat the odds. Thank you.
Let's get out of here.
Agreed. Allow me...
Someday, I'm going to steal my neighbor's power tools and hide them.
This portal leads to the Hollow City. We shall
Portal
talk
to the
again
Hollow
when
City.
we are
This
safely
part is
inside
very
its walls.
convenient. The portal will take us exactly where we need to go. Fighters Guild training grounds. You have discovered Fighters Guild Hall. Fighters Guild Hall.
I have barely set foot within these hallowed walls, and I already feel 1,000 times better. And now that you are here, we can determine our next move against the vile Molag Bal.
Do you have a plan?
I must take stock of our assets and resources, determine just how much might we can bring to bear. Only then can I develop a strategy that shall allow us to win this war. But forgive me, I wanted to convey that you performed admirably at the tower. It is good to be back in this ancient city. I need to assess our strengths and weaknesses, determine how best to make our assault against Molag Bal. If we strike before we build up a sufficient force, however, I fear we shall lose this war.
What do you suggest?
Soldiers, the ones who call themselves the Fighters Guild. They seem strong and capable, at least at first glance. I shall speak to their leader at once.
I'm not sure who's in charge of this force.
No leader? That is an unacceptable situation. I shall take command of this Fighter Guild force. It is the only logical solution. Talk to those within this building. After I consult with the groundskeeper, I shall join you inside.
Introduce King Dinar to the Fighters Guild.
Your nagging is becoming more annoying than my persistent rash. We finally have a secure base.
First,
to go back
listen
outside
to
without a plan
conversations.
is even too foolhardy for me.
You want us to hide behind these walls? To leave our comrades to die while you sip wine and lounge about? You have no honor, knight.
Don't lecture me about honor, elf. You have no idea what I've seen or what I've gone through. My apologies for that display. The whole rash comment. Just a figure of speech, of course.
Baron Gautier,
So,
wait a minute.
I suppose you know more about this place than any of us. Like where I can get a decent drink?
Do we meet this guy in a DLC quest? The city is a safe haven, a place where we can regroup and organize.
A safe haven, eh? I didn't really expect to see cheerful flowers and clear water anywhere in this dark realm. I assumed we were walking into untimely and painful deaths. Glad to see I was wrong this one time.
Who's leading this group?
That's a good question. I heard that Captain Alfari was killed shortly after we were scattered. I was hoping to find another officer here, but no such luck.
I rescued an alien king. He wants to help assemble our
An
forces.
alien? I thought they were all, you know, dead. Of course, this is a Daedric Prince's plane. I really need to stop being surprised by such revelations. I have a feeling that won't be the strangest thing I find out before this is all over.
That, my friend,
Attend me,
is entirely
soldiers.
true.
We have a
I
war
want
to win, and time grows short.
Google
What
this
in
guy, actually.
Ariel's name is this? Who are you?
So that's the last alien, huh? I thought he'd be more dusty. Isn't that what happens when elves get really, really old?
Shut it, you fop.
Who's in charge of this group? Step forward and address me.
Yes, Baron Gautier.
Then allow me to rectify that. I shall lead you. We shall recover your comrades and complete your mission. If that does not work for you, your services are no longer needed.
I don't know who you are, but you aren't Fighters Guild. You have no authority over us.
Do you challenge me, then? Do you want
Not
me
to be
kill
confused
you to
with
prove my
Darian.
combat prowess to your companions?
I wouldn't necessarily mind seeing that. He is kind of annoying.
How can you expect us to lay down our
Oh,
lives
no.
for someone we
He
know?
can be met in
Trust is earned on the
Somerset
battlefield.
as well.
If
Oh, well, I've
you
been
want to
great.
survive, if you want to win this, you must trust me. Allow me to explain why you need my leadership. We shall work this out. I understand your reservations, but with my leadership, the Fighters Guild will help us win this war.
Well, that was a long conversation. Do we need to speak with someone, or can we just continue? Let's check the upstairs just in case. No one here, but a spellbook. Spellbook, lorebook. Let's head on out and see what's what. Speak with the groundskeeper, I
The
suppose.
pieces begin to fall into place. With the king's aid, we shall assemble a force worthy of Meridia's blessing.
When did these people arrive?
Small groups have trickled in since your departure. The warriors inside seem to be under the protection of the knight Darien, an exceptional fellow. Brave to a fault and devoted to lost causes. Cadwell found them in the wilds.
Now, I suppose we go and rescue the other guy, Vanus Unleashed. He can be found in... Was it the Great Shackle? Or the Black Porch? Can't remember exactly, so we're going to run that way. First, more coffee. I am returned. Now, to exit, we need to go back into the Hollow City and place a marker here because I suck at navigating. One-way shrine is enough for now. So, this way, everyone, I think. There should be a road. Yes. Coldharbour is like very, very confusing. Oh dear. Horrible things have happened here.
This one and his beloved mate sought shelter, but there was none to be found. Urnabi, she didn't make it. Now I lack the will to go on. Our children will grow
wish
up
I could
without
have.
parents. They will be poor and destitute, and probably die young and alone.
How did you end up here?
This one and his mate. We lost our way one night. We followed a light in the forest and wound up in this depressing place. We took shelter in a cave to the northeast, but that didn't work out so well. Especially not for poor Ernabi.
What happened in the cave?
We were attacked by Nilokilo and his monsters as soon as we set foot in the cave. This one and poor Ernabi fought our way out, and eventually escaped into the wastes.
How did Ernabi die?
This one's beloved Ernabi was wounded in the escape. She died before we could reach safety and find a healer. This one's claws will never be sharp again.
This saddened me. Well, that was updated, but how? That I don't know. Let's continue down this path. It's a sky shard waiting to be collected, but I'm going to get that some other time. Ever full flagon way shrine. That sounds so nice. An ever full flagon. Mine would be full of coffee. Crack that open and voila. It's Vanus.
The great and wondrous Greetings. This magical projection presents my current plan to my allies. Separated and alone, I decided to complete our mission, personally. I entered the Black Forge through a side door with the intention of destroying the Great Shackle beyond.
Why did you go alone?
In case it needs to be said, the Black Forge creates all of Molag Bal's vile weapons, including the Dark Anchors and the Great Shackle. With the Great Shackle destroyed, the threat of the plane meld should come to an end.
You can't actually hear me, can you?
No need to concern yourself. I'm sure I have this well in hand. I imagine I've already destroyed the Great Shackle, and even now we're celebrating our victory over the Lord of Brutality. Yes, I'm sure that's what has happened.
That's exactly what happened. I don't think that's what happened. I should go in and find Vanus. This quest is much nicer than the one in Little Soviet. At least that's what I personally think. Do we actually have to run through lava? Oh, there's a path. Oh well. Whatever. Don't bring a stage 4 vampire. You might die. I want to check experience grows fast for 2 hours while in food buff. I have chosen lasts for 1.
You there, please. I need your assistance.
Are you another magical projection?
What a ridiculous question. I am the Great Mage's essence of health. The Daedra captured Vanus. They plan to use him to power the Great Shackle. To prevent this, Vanus divided his essence into 3 fragments.
What can I do to help you?
Vampires feed upon this essence and weaken
Vampires?
it.
But where?
Kill the vampires and collect the energy they siphon from me. Restore that energy to me and I can easily break free of these flimsy bonds.
Okie doke, can do. Slay 3, not 5 vampires. It's usually 3, but this time 5. That's not a vampire. But this is. Ouch. Arterial burst increased to
That does not seem to stop me.
3. Two. Three. Yes. 4. 5. Also 6 and 7. And 8. Made things difficult for myself. I do that though. Back to Garrison's essence. First I need to check something. Goodness. I have been very, very bad with building. Get all the passage. Don't
You have
complete
returned.
it.
I had almost given up hope.
I recovered your stolen energy.
Yes. I can sense its reinvigorating presence. Give it back to me and I shall free myself. Follow my light to the slave quarters. Then we can recover our essence of stamina.
Yes, your stolen help. Enter the slave quarters. Did we anchor it? No. Shriven workers, they don't need to be killed. Trap. I probably could have made it. Look to Galarian's essence. Here. Hi.
I sense the time to reforge the essences of the Great Mage has arrived.
How can I help you?
The essence before you has been used to feed the slaves and keep them working. Talk to the slaves and convince them to release my energy so that I can break free. If the slaves refuse, there is another way.
What other way?
The slave's taskmaster used a device to rip away my energy. The device can recover the energy, but doing so will destroy the soul-shriven you target. However, the device only works from a distance. Get too close, and you can't target a slave.
Okie doke. We'll try talking to them first.
I hate this so-called existence.
I need you to return the energy that was fed to you.
Not a chance, dunghead. It was given to me. Go find your own.
We can use persuasion on this one. If you give it to me, I can use it to destroy this forge.
Well, in that case, just make sure you shut down this damn forge.
Thank you. Next.
I saw you eyeing my fire. It isn't very warm, but it's all we've got. Go find your own fire, stranger.
Will you give me the energy that they fed to you?
Why? You don't look like you need it. Without it, I'll grow weak and wither away. Wait, that's what you want to happen. You want to hurt me.
This won't hurt you. If you give me the energy, it will help you.
It will? I don't know. Oh, all right, take it. Take it and leave me alone.
Thank you. Next.
I wish we could take longer breaks. The work never ends.
The energy they fed to you, I need it back.
And what will you give me in return? What do you have that will keep me whole and strong enough to do the work that is required of me?
You will get to use Intimidate. If you don't return the energy, I'll give you a terrible beating.
Oh, so high and mighty. You think to take the place of the Taskmaster, do you? Oh, very well. Take it and get out of my sight. Some of us have to work for a living.
Don't run off like that again, Alexis. You know that I worry so.
Will you return the energy that was fed to you?
Alexis, why would I do such a thing? The energy makes me strong. I haven't felt this good in such a long time.
Bribing works with this one. Does gold have value in Coldharbour?
Oh, Alexis. You remembered how much I love bright and shiny things. I never could refuse your requests. Take the energy and use it well.
I think we can get all the energy back without hurting anyone.
Escape? That's easy. Waiting for the right time to make your move? That's where the difficulty comes in.
I need the energy that was fed to you.
And how will that help this one see the escape plan to fruition? This one thinks you should bother someone else now.
Give me the energy or I'll rip it from you.
Always with the violence. Your kind's so predictable. Very well. Take it. This one hopes you joke on it.
Here we go. Return stamina.
Did you succeed?
I recovered the energy from the slaves.
The Great Mage himself couldn't have done any better, but don't tell him I said that. After you return my energy, I will break free. The last fragment is trapped in the foundry. Follow my light and I'll show you the way.
Take back your energy. Into the foundry, everyone. Fabrication chamber. Frontiers always do. Thank you for helping, friend. here comes the hole. I'm using only one stop because my vampire ability is on this one. Another way to make things difficult for myself. Oh, and it's over. Level up. We're at 41. Delicious. But we can't get a lighting star. Oh, that's stinky. Inventory. Don't worry, I have inventions.
Can I help?
Anything I can do for you?
This is just very inconvenient. When playing with low-level characters, I usually have 2 full training sets on. At least 2 full training sets on, so I sell all the gear. Yeah. Another option, of course, is to take apart the equipment together and by doing that increase your crafting abilities. I'm not going to do any crafting with this girl. I have my crafting girl is already made up. I can just sell it. I played for 1.5 hours and on and off I'm back. If I have unstable ball of elements. Wonder why.
The pain. It's exquisite. But this has to end. The Great Mage must be made whole again so we can finish our mission.
How do I get you out of here?
4 seals contain the magic that binds me to this machine. While this essence is locked in place, they siphon my energy into the forge.
I thought you divided yourself so they couldn't do this to you.
Vanus divided himself to prevent them from using his considerable energy to power the Great Shackle. It didn't stop them from plugging this essence into the forge, however. Unlock the 4 seals and I'll be able to escape this damned machine.
I don't understand what they're doing to
They
you.
plan to use the Great Mage to provide a considerable boost of energy to complete the plane meld ahead of schedule. Vanus divided his energy among the 3 essences, making each one worthless to the Great Shackle.
And what purpose does this device serve?
It provides the power necessary to craft Molag Bal's vile implements of conquest. Daedric weapons, dark anchors, the components of the Great Shackle itself. And I am the source of this energy, at least while the seals of binding remain in place.
And what does the Great Shackle do?
It is a larger, more powerful version of a dark anchor, designed to complete the connection, to draw Oblivion and Nirn together.
Oh. Now we get to unlock the seals of binding. Beware the explosion and... delicious flame entrance. Level 41. I haven't played any but to what I'm going to do. Let's go. Interesting times lay ahead. Dr. Galerian's essence.
The bindings, they feel brittle, less powerful.
I unlocked the binding seals.
These bindings can no longer hold me. This essence will join you, and then we can find the physical form of the Great Mage.
Where is Vanus Galerian's body?
Through the boiler tunnels waits the mighty Guardian, Cothutwilk. Defeat the Guardian and open the cage that holds our physical form. I can lead you to the Great Mage. Just stay close and follow my light.
Okay. The other left. Here. Big enemy. I'm a little bit afraid now.
Insolent intruder! The mage belongs to me!
We did it! And we have also reached our destination. Almost. Here we go. Release Vanus Gallery. All you need to do is activate every conduit.
Health and vitality. Welcome. And now stamina returns. How I've missed you, old friend. Much better. Now, follow me out of this foul place. Then we can talk.
We can talk. The Shackled Bridge. Trying to remember what happens next.
Perhaps I shouldn't have attempted this by myself.
So, this is the Great Shackle.
Yes, the Great Shackle. Where the plane meld begins and ends. I thought I could deal with it on my own, but I was wrong. You have restored me, released me from captivity. With your continued help, we can end this threat once and for all. The time has come. The Great Shackle must be destroyed.
I do believe we shall continue from here next week. Or actually, maybe I will. Return tomorrow at 2 p.m. to finish this. Thank you so much for watching, and see you later. Ta!